The meta has been broken. That's right. Takara Tomy has finally done it. They have brought us the Shark Bay we have all been hoping for, and a Bay whose stock combo alone should be feared. A Bay whose stock combo is ready to enter into a tournament and ready to completely dominate the scene, and a deck set that surpasses everything we had hoped for. Today we are finally checking out the all-new Shark Scale deck set featuring Shark Scale, Roar Tyranno, and Hell's Brave. So let's get right to it. Takara Tomy has 100% outdone themselves this time. This is the all-new Shark Scale deck set, and it is everything Bladers had hoped for. Containing 4 brand new parts and a much desired remold of a certain bit, this set is cram-packed with potentially meta-breaking parts. But of all the parts, Shark Scale is what we have our eyes set on. There's a lot to cover in this set, so let's try and get all of this packed into a single video. In the meantime, let's rip this badass set open and check out all the amazing new parts, recolors, and molds of Takara Tomy's best set released so far. But before we continue on with this video, if you're wanting to get into Beyblade X, go check out malloftoys.com, sponsor of this channel. They have everything you need to kickstart your career as a pro blader, from launchers to stadiums and to the latest releases of Beyblade X, including the pre-orders of the all-new Soul Eclipse. Just make sure you guys use code LetSPinBase2 at checkout to knock off 5% of that total cost of yours in the end. That is malloftoys.com. At a glance, what we have here today is by far the best looking set we have ever seen in Beyblade X. The Hell's Brave recolor looks absolutely fire, and even our Tyranno Roar blade, which matches the Tyranno Beat color scheme. But what we're going to do today is primarily go over a few notable parts and changes in molds, but we'll be primarily focusing on Shark Scale. So our first part comes with Tyranno Roar, which is all new mold for Level. Level is by far the best attack type bit in the game, fusing Rush, Flat, and Gear Flat into a single bit. But actually holding the bit and actually looking at it, there isn't a new mold. I find it quite interesting since the images that have surfaced online show a much more pronounced center point, giving away that it could be a new mold. My original Level bit from when Samurai's first release has the same protrusion that just slightly peeks over. So I guess we don't have a new mold for Level. Now next is the brand new part that also comes with a Tyranno Roar, and that is the 170 Ratchet. Bladers have been waiting a whole year for the 170 Ratchet to finally be made. 160 is one of the best and most used ratchets in the game, but now the 70 height ratchets are starting to become highly competitive, so a 170 has my interest peaked, and I'm stoked to see how well the 170 Ratchet does. Now, even though Tyranno Roar is new to Takara Tomy, it is originally a Hasbro exclusive release, so we don't really need to go over it much. So let's jump on to our next new parts, and also the main juice of this video being that of Shark Scale. Now first with this bay, we have the new bit under flat, the second under bit, which is 2mm shorter than any other bit. This alone has the potential to completely break the meta or be a complete flop. Flat bit was a decent all-around bit for attack types, but did lack stamina needed to carry on in the current tournament scenes. Science has proven that taller bits and bays carry greater stamina. Numbers really can't be argued, but the shorter bits, the less stamina it carries due to the low central gravity, which naturally reduces the ability to generate stronger centrifugal force. So the underflat I could see as being much like Excel, Rubber Excel, Zap, and every other early game bit that needs to end the game early on, or it will lose the stamina. But regardless, I am super stoked to try this bit out on not just Shark Scale, but several other blades as well. Now next up we have one of the most broken ratchets in the game already, and that is the 450. Since day one we have known a 50 height ratchet will be introduced, and we have all just been waiting. But finally the first 50 height ratchet is here, and I am glad that they returned to the normal locking mechanisms with the 450 instead of the ring lock that comes with the 455, M85, and 385. This alone is very promising for this ratchet. 4-side ratchets are the most diverse ratchets in Beyblade X and offer the best balance in terms of attack boost, stamina boost, and defensive boost. This ratchet also just looks absolutely amazing. It'll be interesting to see whether or not this ratchet will cause for Shark Scale to scrape or self-burst against Extreme Line if launched at too steep of an angle, but we won't know until we give it a shot. But now we have the all-new UX Shark Blade Shark Scale. Now we all know that I'm a massive fan of the Shark Bays, so this right here is what I am most excited for. Shark Scale looks interesting, but at the same time looks just as dangerous as Shark Edge. Though its upper slopes aren't as steep as Shark Edge's, they do offer some unique angles that I could see as being capable of getting that burst in, as well as a steep enough angle to slide the opposing bays over top of it to cause an upper attack from hell. Weight wise, Shark Scale does come in at a solid 37.57 grams. Now this is super exciting for Shark fans. With the current weight scaling up in tournament scenes, Shark Edge, though still competitively viable, is slowly being pushed out of the competition. So this does bring the Shark back into the game weight wise. Now I am glad that they kept to the purple color scheme to match Shark Edge and to give Shark a proper upgrade. Fully assembled though, Shark Scale 455 under flat looks insanely powerful. It is the new short king of Beyblade X with a height that matches most standard height builds Ratchets, making it a perfect Ratchet hunter. Now Shark Edge was the shortest stock combo ever released, and for the longest time, it wasn't until a year and a half later where we started to get more short kings such as Golem Rock and Impact Drake. But it does look like the King of the Ocean is ready to reclaim his throne as the short king, setting a new record for being the shortest bay. Now the overall weight is pretty decent at a solid 45.52 grams, which seems to be the new standard for current competitive play, which for a Shark fan is just absolutely awesome. But let's get that stadium out now and give Shark Scale a good test run with some battles, and then test out the Tyranno Roar combo as well, so we can see just how well the 170 Ratchet works. So we will not be running Hell's Brave combo since there's no new parts. It's just a badass recolor of the Brave main blade. So let's get to some battles now. And there we go, the stadium is out, and as always we'll be using the standard extreme stadium for these battles. This is the best stadium to use when testing out a new bay or a new combo. Alright, so first we're going to put our Shark Scale up against Tyranno Roar 170 level. Let's get this bad boy out of the way, see how well this combo actually performs, and see how well Shark Scale performs. Alright, here we go. Boom! Goodness! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh, good solid is. I love it. See, Shark Scale does have pretty good stability, but there he goes. That's what I am afraid of. The under flat bit is going to have absolute terrible stamina. All right, here we go. Boom, boom. Woo! Oh, there we go. There's the extreme finish. Woo! There we go. Boom. Let's go, Shark Scale. Oh! 170 kept Roar Tyranno out of the pocket. And he will actually take it. Roar Tyranno will take it. That's, wow. In the pocket, thrown around like a ragdoll. And Roar Tyranno with that 170 still took it just barely. Alright, here we go. Look how fast Shark Scale is. Oh my god, that was 3 extreme dashes back to back. He's out of juice though. This is where Shark Scale is going to fail. Yeah, just like that. Too low to the ground. He can't generate enough centrifugal force or anything like that. So if he does not get those first hits in, if he misses in the stock, Shark Scale is going to lose. Alright, here we go. Boom! 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 That was awesome! Woo! Alright, here we go. Boom! Whoa! There we go. I'm loving Shark Scale. I love it. How many over finishes can we get? We haven't gotten a burst yet, surprisingly. Whoa! Oh! Uno reverse! Uno reverse! Woohoo! We haven't got any bursts yet, which is actually quite surprising. I have been expecting more bursts than over finishes, to be honest, because the slope angles of the Shark Scale blade is not as steep as Shark Edge. It doesn't come up to as sharp of a point, which causes the over finishes. This is more of a gradual, even slope up. So I'm surprised that we're not seeing as many bursts. Alright, here we go. Let's see how many more over finishes we can get. Ah, there's an extreme finish. Woo! There we go. Alright, here we go. Ow! Alright, yeah, that last battle kind of hurt. Shark Scale flew out and got me. There we go. Let's go Shark Scale. Let's do this. There's the over finish. That's what we are talking about. Okay, so he has proved me wrong on a lot of aspects, but also still proved me right on a lot of other things, on a lot of other theories. But let's switch out the bays now. Let's bring in some of the other Beyblade X bays and just test out Shark Scale's full capabilities. Alright, so next up we got our Tricera press on 070 wedge combo. We're going to test out another 70 height bay, another less burst resistant bit to see if we can get any burst in with our Shark Scale. But let's see how well Shark Scale stock does up against Tricera press 070 wedge. Alright, here we go. Woo, he's fast. There's a good hit. Good counter by Tricera. Let's see if we can get a burst in for Shark Scale. Nope, Tricera is tanking those hits. There you go, you can see it. There we go, Shark Scale is going down. Got headbutted by Tricera press. Alright, here we go. Boom! See if we get a burst in. Boom! Oh, whoa! That could have been a burst. Ratchet exposed. Nope, he got destabilized. Couldn't get to. There's the burst! Yes! Slow motion burst, but we got the burst. Alright, here we go. Boom! Oh! There we go! That was awesome. I thought Shark Scale was out, but he jumped out of the pocket and burst. Tricera press, fresh from the pocket, just tore him to shreds. Alright, here we go. Any more bursts? Oh! Wow, that was beautiful. Try this again. Boom! Wow! There we go. We are getting the burst in. We're getting the burst in. Now the key so far has been just a slight, probably about 10 degrees, maybe a little bit less of an angle, and it's just perfect for getting those ratchets. All right, here we go. Boom! And he's already out with one single hit. All right, here we go. The speed. Boom, boom, boom. Missed that one, got that one. Ooh, Tricera's got this. Unless we get another slow motion burst. There we go. Tricera will take that one. Shark Scale has to get that burst or over finish in. If it does not, it will lose. Ooh, Tricera's got moves. Boom! Whoa! He got out. He was in. He got in twice. If you looked over here, he got hit in twice in the pocket. Flew out both times. Tricera press knocked him in, but he'll still get out. But he will still lose to that battle. But still, that was an awesome battle. But let's switch out to the next bay and throw our Shark Scale up against another bay. All right, we got the Short King, the prior Short King before Shark Scale and stock combo. We got Golem Rock 160 and under needle. It's gonna be an interesting battle. He will sit low enough to where his blade will make contact with Shark Scale's blade. So this is gonna be an interesting battle. Let's see how well Shark Scale does up against Golem Rock 160 under needle. And here we go. Man, when Shark Scale hits that extreme line, he can pick up some air. There we go. There we go. Golem might take this one because Shark Scale is out of juice, out of power. There we go. Still, that was an awesome battle. I don't know if you guys saw that, but when Shark Scale is first launched with a winder, at least, he goes so fast around that extreme line that he picks up air and he could knock himself out of play with just how fast he's flying up. It's incredible. I love it. Now here we go. Shark Scale. Let's take out Golem Rock. Boom. Boom. There we go. So who is the true Short King? Golem Rock or Shark Scale? He's already going into that end game stamina, so Golem Rock is more likely going to take it again unless we get that random burst. There it goes. There's the destabilization move. That's all you need to take out Shark Scale. Shark Scale does sit way too low. That's the unfortunate part. It's just way too low. But still, that was an awesome battle. Woo! There's a burst. Alright, here we go. Shark scale. There we go. We still got an over finish. Hell yeah. Extreme finish. My bad. It was an extreme finish. Alright, here we go. Woo! Oh, that hit. Golem might go down actually. Under needle or under flat. Ooh, under flat might take this one. Maybe, maybe. There we go. Under flat will take them. That was close. That was very close. But Shark Scale was able to get that heavy hit in that completely destabilized Golem Rock. Alright, here we go. Boom. Oh, there's that burst. Woo-hoo! Alright, here we go. There's the extreme dash. Come on, there we go. Get him out of there. Woo! Alright, here we go. See if we get another burst or over finish for him. Almost an extreme finish. Oh, yes. He hits so hard that he will make your bay jump. But he is out of juice. There he goes. 0 stamina whatsoever with Shark Scale. But he hits like a bullet train. Alright, here we go. Boom. There we go. Ooh, Golem Rock Golem Rock is taking him out. Tank those hits. This is incredible. Golem Rock is putting up the best fight so far up against Shark Scale, going toe for toe, tit for tat with being the short king. Golem Rock is still an amazing bay, still an S tier blade and everything. Shark Scale is right up there. We still got to run a lot of tests and a lot of other battles to kind of see how competitively viable it is. Right now, I would say it is fully competitive viable. You could battle this thing fresh out of the box in a tournament and probably take a mass amount of wins and at least get into the top 8. Easy. You can easily take in the top 8 with Shark Scale as a stock combo. But switch out the bay and bring in one other bay to throw it up against. Alright, we have to, you guys. We got Shark Edge 260 Low Rush, the best Shark Edge combo out there. Let's see if Shark Scale can one-up Shark Edge. Let's see which is the better shark. It's gonna be so explosive. Shark Scale or Shark Edge? A tournament winning Shark Edge combo or Shark Scale fresh out of the box? There we go. Shark Edge will take that first battle. Woo! The hits are gonna be so insane with these guys. Ooh! There we go. Shark Scale is now on the move, but it is coming down to the wire. So we're about to see. There we go. Shark Scale is still going to go down. The low bit still will outperform your under bits in terms of stamina. But right now, this is all about power. Which bay hits the hardest? Alright, here we go. Oh! Who got it? Shark Edge got it! Shark Edge got it! Woohoo! Alright, here we go. Shark Scale is gonna win. Whoa! He got this one. He knocked the wind out of Shark Edge. That was an awesome move. Alright, here we go. Boom, boom. Shark Scale. Alright, Shark Edge is just gonna burst in the center. That was bizarre. Now here we go. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Woo! Shark Edge is done for. Oh, yes. So Shark Scale, in terms of just raw power, is still going to completely overpower Shark Edge. Shark Edge just has more of an advantage in terms of stamina. That much is for sure. Stamina and defensive capabilities, I guess you could say. He is able to last a lot longer in battle than Shark Scale, but Shark Scale, in terms of raw attack power, far outclasses Shark Edge. And here we go. Woo! Oh, there it goes. There's a scrape. There's a scrape. That they both got knocked around pretty good. So this is pure stamina. Oh, I think Shark Scale barely got that one. Shark Scale barely got that one. Woo! Ow! This is a dangerous Beyblade, you guys. This thing is dangerous. I love it. Alright, try to get one more good battle in for Shark Scale against Shark Edge. Come on, there we go. Almost had him out. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, Shark Edge is going to take this one. Maybe. Yeah, Shark Edge will take that one just barely. Again, this is a multiple tournament winning Shark Edge combo. So going up against the stock Bay, as a stock performing Bay, Shark skill did phenomenal. It was absolutely fantastic. Going up against Tricera Press, another tournament winning combo. 2 tournament winning combos. He did fantastic against them. The amount of burst that we saw was fantastic. It was amazing. Just blew my mind. Hard launches though, man, he could take off like a flying saucer. I don't think I have ever been hit by a Beyblade in any of my videos as much as I had in this one video. Shark scale 450 underflat exceeds everything I had hoped for this Bay, but it is not without some pretty gnarly nerfs and weaknesses. As science dictates, the lower spinning object sits, the less its centrifugal force builds, which in turn generates less stamina. This makes for Shark Edge stock to be an early game Bay. It does need to land and make contact early on, or it will easily lose the stamina. So tournament wise, running stock Shark scale does have its advantages against some rookie bladers, but seasoned bladers may take full advantage of this Bay with strategic launching with relative ease. Overall though, I absolutely love Shark scale in its stock combo and do look forward to doing some combo testings in the near future. Now as for Tyranno Roar and the 170 Ratchet and the level bit, the combo itself is actually really not that bad. It hits like a truck and carries some decent stamina. 170 is insanely good and the only Ratchet that did not burst against Shark scale's attacks. This is going to be a game changer for the meta for sure. I do think 170 is a lot better than 160. And as for level, I am rather disappointed that it is not a new mold, but at the same time, Level still did not disappoint with this performance. Now, is the meta actually in trouble? Yes, 100% I believe that there will be a massive shift in what is being used in the current meta with the 450 and the underflat bit existing now. These two parts alone brings a whole new element to combo builds that could completely be devastating to bays such as Wizard Rod 960 Ball or even Silver Wolf on 980 Hexa or any other stationary bay really. But comment down below your thoughts on the all new Shark Scale deck set and what combos are you guys running with your Shark Scale. Now stay tuned, we do have more Beyblade X content coming to Let's Spin Bays, including the all-new Samurai Caliber, as well as a special CX deck reveal that is just mopping the floors with the current meta already. Just make sure you guys are subscribed and have that bell notification turned on so you're not going to miss out on the next epic video. In the meantime, have yourselves a great morning, day, or night, and I'll catch you in the next video.